Welcome back to another episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I am your host, SurvivalMad1, and we are going to get going here on some tips and tricks on certain details about dinosaurs that you would find on Animal Crossing on any Animal Crossing for that matter. So, for starters, if you're not into dinosaurs like most people, so you would have to do a lot of digging for that matter. And once you do some digging of these fossils, right? So the only way to be finding set fossils is basically finding a dig spot. As you can see, there is no dig spot around here. The reason for that is because it's all paved with custom designs of a forest floor. So any custom design you place, and it will prevent a fossil from spawning right in the general area of where the custom designs are found. So keep in mind, if you want to find a dig spot, keep in mind that dig spots won't spawn in the general area where the custom designs are placed. However, if you did a path like this, it also will prevent a fossil from spawning in that path general area. So keep in mind of that, and yes, there is a lot of weeds. I'm going to be taking care of that today, as well as finding fossils for you. And the only way you could do some research is by finding the fossils and asking Blathers to tell me about it. So once you've done that, you'll be able to hear what he has to say about the dinosaur that you just found. Just keep in mind that if you find the same dinosaur twice, but a different part of his, a different part of the fossil. So, like for example, if you found a, let's say you have found let's see here. The T-Rex skull, for example, and then you found the T-Rex torso. Yes, they're different, but the same species, which means he will tell you the exact same story of that dinosaur that you found. So, try not to confuse that as a different dinosaur. It's the same dinosaur. He's going to give you the same, same line. Like, yeah, it's going to give you, he's going to give you the same thing. So try not to attempt to do that once you already read it once. Just simply have him assess it and then just go from there. Since my fossil exhibit in my island here is fully complete, which means that any fossils I find, except gyroids, I just found crumploid. Ain't that lovely? So, yes, I will get back to the gyroids here in a little while. So, also, I will be talking about fish as well, when they're going to be out, and how to find them, and where to find them, and not only on top of that, when they'll be in season. So, keep in mind if you're looking for a particular fish. So yeah, I have a general idea of when certain type of fish are found and when they're out. For example, the salmons, okay? I'll give you a good notion here. So, the salmons only come out in September, right? So, which means that you would have to get the salmon somewhere, right? Well, to find salmon, that you need to be in the mouth of the river. No matter which mouth of the river you're at, it will be spawning there regardless. Because, why? Because it's basically that's where it's found. Only during the September month. Which is kind of the odd thing about that. So the salmons is not the only salmon you find. Think about it. You get a king salmon as well. So if you end up getting a king salmon, congratulations, because that is actually quite the biggest fish you get in the mouth of the river. But not only the king salmon is the biggest, try a sturgeon for once. But naturally, sturgeons are pretty easy to find if you know where they're found. Sturgeons are really found in the mouth of the river. So the mouth of the river, as I'm talking about it, okay, you bug, nope, back up. Okay, that was a dung beetle, in case you wondered about that. Alright, so the mouth of the river, as the name suggests, is this. Right where I'm standing right here, guys. So anytime you fish, right here is the mouth of the river. So any fish that is required the mouth of the river, that will give you a type of fish that is only found in the mouth of the river. Okay? So keep in mind, if you're looking for a particular fish and you can't find it, and you are hunting for it in the month of when it's out, well, for example, if you are hunting for the sturgeon, like I said, it's in the mouth of the river. But for example, hold on, what we got here? Okay, looks like I'm gonna get a free clothing here. Thank you, Twiggy. Thank you for that, I guess. Anyway. So let's say you're hunting for the sturgeon. And like I said, it's in the mouth of the river. So let's say you're hunting for it and you were hunting for it in the river, per se. I did not want to pick that up. Give me that. I did not want to pick that up. So if you're hunting for it in the river, right? Well, what happens if you ended up finding it in the mouth of the river and you didn't know it was the mouth of the river? Okay? Well, let's say that you were hunting for it in the ocean, which is the sea, which is the outer ring of your island. And you couldn't find it for crap. Well, the reason for that is because you can't find it in the sea. It's in the mouth of the river. There's a reason why it's called the mouth of the river. Okay? In case you wondered. Alright, what do we got here? And I popped a balloon and I get a nice little Nook Miles right there. I'll check that out later. So hunting for a particular type of fish when it's out and when it's not is also a good thing to keep in mind if you're looking for a fish. So let's say you're hunting for the football fish. Okay? And you're hunting for it all day and all night, but haven't found it for any reason and why it's not out. Well, I can tell you why. So, in this little Critterpedia, we're going to go to the fish right here, and I'm going to tell you right now that the football fish is not out right now, but it is in season, as you can see there. Which means that it's in season, which is the current month that we're in is February. So, when it's out, it's out. And it's not out right now. So let's say you were hunting for it right around this time. To let you know, it is not out. Why? Because your luck has just diminished real quick. There is a purpose of why it's not out. Because football fish is naturally a nighttime fish, mind you. So, To find said football fish is exactly the name suggests. You have to find it during the night. The best time I would say finding it is actually between 9 and 4. It's the best time to find it during the night. Mind you. Okay? So just keep in mind if you're looking for a particular fish, I would know when it's best to find it and when it's out. But it says when it's out, but it doesn't necessarily it's going to be out exactly right at the dot of the time. I would say the best time to hunt for it is actually during 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Even though it says on here. I'll show you here. Again, one more time. It says it can be found between 4 p.m. and it's 9 a.m. in the morning, it seems. So, the best time is to best find it is 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. So, it's still within the window of when it's out during the night. So, keep in mind when you're hunting for something that you got to know when it's really truly out and knowing when to hunt for it. So keep in mind when you're looking for something. So keep that in mind if you really are into hunting fish per se. Okay? So with that in mind, so pay attention to each fish that you find. Why I say that? Well, the reason I say that is because of one particular reason. And that reason is you will know when it's out and you will be able to catch it at the exact moment when you know it's out. Okay? So knowing when it's out is one thing. But when it comes out is another. So you always have to factor in a lot of factors. Always, every time. So, let's see. February 21st is important. Oh yeah! I just celebrated that yesterday with my player villagers. Is named Zelda, and it was her birthday yesterday. In case you didn't know, that it is actually the February 21st is the first time that the first Legend of Zelda came about. So that's why I kept the birth date as it is, in case you didn't know that. As far as the other birthdays go, I don't know when Link came about. I'm guessing Link came about the same time, I guess. I don't know. But all I know is that Link was around when Zelda was around. So I'm guessing it might be the same birthday. Who knows? But if you guys have any ideas of when Link was out, leave it in the comments below and tell me what your thoughts are. As of for Zelda's birthday, I did a little research, and according to the internet, it's saying February 21st. In case you didn't know that. And the reason I say that is because that's when the first Zelda game came out. So, keep in mind of that. Alright, Worroid. We're going to place this item, and I don't have that sitting out here. So that's good. Okay, so we're going to place this over here. Right in front. Okay, and deactivate it. Okay, and now we're going to place the Crumploid. Now, I'm going to check to make sure we don't have that out here. It doesn't look like we have it out here. So, we're going to go ahead and deactivate that and leave it at that. we still have a ways yet to go for the gyroids. So we still have a ways yet. So there's still a lot more to do to find all the gyroids. That's where they're all going to go. But here's the catch. Once you find all of them, then you will know what to do with them. Okay? So I'm going to give you the clue here of where to find the hardest one to find. And I'm running there as fast as I can, so it might take me a bit. So I'm going to give you a clue, and hopefully you can pick up on it. And if you follow along, you will know where to find the last one, practically. And what does it look like? That's a mystery, isn't it? You gotta have that little mystery look to it, you know? Once you know where to find it, then you're like, what does it look like? Well, you will only find out once you receive it, naturally. Welcome to the roost. So in here, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some coffee. Who's ready? I am ready for some coffee, actually, as a matter of fact. And yes, I'm a coffee drinker, so don't even quote on that. All right. And he's going to pour me some coffee. Most of you may think that coffee will make me hyper. Don't even think about that, because it actually calms my nerves. And not only my nerves, but it also calms down my one of my conditions that I have, which I'm not going to say here because it's medical related, so I can't say anything about that about me. So I'm going to leave it at that. But if you know me already and you know one of my conditions, then you will understand. Trust me. So, it's supposed to help calm my hyperness. That's all I can say about it. I brewed this cup especially for you. Drink up. Cool? Especially, he did say it was, 176 point something degrees. I'm like, dude, that's way too hot for me to drink a coffee. I mean, seriously. That is way too hot for coffee. But hey, it's just a game. Hot, hot, hot! I almost burned my tongue, but hey, that's how I like it. Scorching! Cool. Thank you very much. Alright. I'm about to attempt to leave, and I get nothing. Okay. Fair enough. Now, since we're talking about fossils throughout this entire time, let's go down here into the fossil exhibit. Huh? Alright. Any of the fossils down here, I'm going to say which one here is your favorite. Pause the video and take your time and leave your comment below with the name that pops up on both sides. So, starting over here, we have trilobite. This one over here. So remember, pause the video when your favorite has came about. Okay? Okay, that is the left side. Now we're going on to the right side. Remember, pause the video when you see your favorite. And then tell me that your favorite, and spelling correctly in the comments below. Which one is your favorite? We're almost done. Okay? So pause the video in any of those locations I named for you. And we're moving on. Now, if y'all can guess which one is my favorite dinosaur, and it's in this big room right here, and I will point it out once I come across it. So if you can guess which one that is. And I gave you a clue earlier of the fossil name based on how Blathers says the same line twice. So let's see if you can pick up which one that was. Okay? Okay? Remember, pause the video once you see your favorite. Just remember, pause the video once you see your favorite. In this section right here, my favorite is actually among the four that sits right here. See if you can guess which one that was. Okay? See if you can guess which one that was. My favorite was among that four back there. Don't know why it's my favorite, to be honest. Why is it my favorite? Ugh. I don't know why it is, but it's just... I honestly don't know why it's my favorite, honestly. To be honest with you, I don't know why it's my favorite. Like I said, just remember, if you see your favorite, go ahead and pause the video. Okay? Because I know I'm getting close to my time of how much time I have with the videos, so that's why I'm speeding it up a little bit, so then that way you can see everything here. Okay? So now that's all the fossils that are in this museum, but if you want to do some research on the dinosaur of your favorite, by all means, go for it. But I am going to do some research of my own with my favorite dinosaur that is in this big room right in here. Remember, it's in the area of the four dinosaurs, the four fossils. It's one of these four. Okay? It's one of those four. I'm not going to say which one, but it's one of those four. Okay? Now, as far as the fish, each one are basically out when it's in season. So, if you're not sure, and if you have the fish already in your Critterpedia, and you want to get that fish, but you have not yet donated it, and you sold it by mistake, well, always look at your Critterpedia when they're out. So, speaking of the sturgeon, there he is, sitting right there. My favorite fish is actually not in this room, sadly. There's a golden trout back there, so I've got, no, that's a stringfish back there, excuse me. Golden trout's right here that I'm facing right now. I mean, I do like some fish, but there are some fish that I'm like, why are they even here? Honestly. Why are they even around? Honestly, why are they here? If they're named that odd. Oh, hey, look who it is. It is Flo. Hey, Flo, where's your bike? You get it? If you don't, I'll tell you. Progressive. The Progressive commercial. Well, look who it is. Hey, Peanut, haven't talked to you in a bit. I mean, I've seen you around, but I guess we've both been too busy to chat, Fro-Yo. Yeah. Yeah, now, if it's gonna be a Fro-Yo, you would know. Honestly. So, right in this big, gigantic tank, there is one of my favorites that's in here. And I'm looking right at him right now. And he's surrounded by at least one fish. So that's giving you two options there. Either the whale shark or the great white. Which one do you think it could be? Could be one of those. Alright, so my other favorite is right down here. If you really want to get really old in the fossil exhibit, you really want to get too classical when it comes to being old, you got one right up in here, and that is called the coelacanth. And most people call it the coelacanth. So, there's a two different name perspective, but I don't know what it's really pronounced, but I'm going to say coelacanth or coelacanth, since people are calling it in different perspectives. So, coelacanth or coelacanth is right there in the back wall on the left side, as you can see that there. And that guy is big. So yeah, coelacanth is the most fossilized, the most fossilized fish you can catch. However, catching said fish is by doing one of the most common weather conditions possible. So, it's weather-related fish. So that's giving you a clue how to find it, but it doesn't say where to find it, naturally. So, where to find it is in the sea section. So you would have to be on the shoreline of your island, which means you would have to fish while in the rain or snow, based off on the general area of where you're at. So it depends on your region. Like right now, if you are in the southern hemisphere, you will be dealing with rain as of right now, up until March. Okay? But if you are in the same region as I am, in the northern hemisphere, you'll be dealing with snow up until March. Which now, then March will be spring during my time, accordingly. Since I am in the northern hemisphere, mind you. So, I'm not going to say where in the northern hemisphere. So, we're going to leave it at that. So, keep in mind. So, now I am going to be doing a lot of walking around just a little bit since I am almost out of time. So, if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons on on Tuesday next week. I am your host, SurvivalMan1, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday next week. I'll see you guys then.